Hello, and welcome back for another Sims 4 video today. We are going to be building only with kits. Now, this is not going to be super easy, and we're probably going to end up with something that's a little bit funky, but I wanted to try this. I've never done something like this before, and if you're not familiar, we have 34 build kits. And by build kits, I just mean kits that you can use in build mode, because we also have cast kits. Now, when I say kits only, I literally mean only kits. Like if this was only fans, it would be for only kits, you know? So no base game, only kits. Only kits. Now, the only exception that I can think of would be the mailbox, because we do get a trash can from Pastel Pop Kit, but I do think the mailbox is going to have to be the only thing that is technically base game. I can't do anything about that. We could do a 2-story house. I don't know exactly what it'll look like necessarily. I like the idea of it being 2-story. Like we could maybe just do something a little simplistic like this. Raise this up on a foundation and voila. I think that's the shell. I just want to keep it a little simpler. Okay, so we usually do have a lot more options for a short wall height. So as far as that's concerned, I'm going to stick with it. And, oh god, we have doors. Are they doors I would like to use? No. Maybe we just have our doors open for some air. Maybe we just need to let our house breathe a little bit. Oh god, so with fences, we are a bit limited as well. This comes in a black. I'm not sure that I want to use anything that's of the castle. In my townhome build, I had one of the townhomes be like this castle-y industrial vibe. We could do something similar. Honestly, that's not that shabby. Let's go ahead and roof this thing too and figure out what we want to do with that. I'm thinking just a simple half-gabled roof piece here, something like this. Then maybe we get like a half-hipped piece and put it on this part over here. But I was thinking we could have it go across this way on top, lower it a little bit. It has a little quirkiness to it. Like, I understand that. What if I did something like this? I don't know, something like that. It gives it a little something extra. I don't know. I just want it to not look as weird is all I'm going for. I don't know what I'm doing. Also, for some reason, if you select all, it does not select Secret Sanctuary, Casanova Cave, or the SpongeBob Kids Room. Now, the last one's maybe not as problematic, but I don't know why that keeps happening. Now, all we get is the Castle Estate and the Courtyard Oasis one. Maybe Castle Estate is the way to go with this. And I still think it has a cool look to it with the windows that we have. And then for the foundation, we also have Castle Estate. So we're going like really dark. I think black is the easiest thing to match whenever we don't know exactly what we're going to be doing. This is a problem. Oh god, this is a problem. This is a big problem. I didn't think about the shingles. Oh god. Oh no. Well, I can't make them glass. Like, that looks awful. I have to use the SpongeBob kit. I can't believe I'm saying that. Honestly, this color with the black though is kind of cool. We do get a freeze from Castle Estate. I promised y'all that it would be kits only, no base game. So we cannot put a roof trim. We could put a pineapple topper if we wanted to. I'm not going to, but I'm just saying if we wanted to. I am going to use the Castle Estate spandrel though. This is not good. This isn't good. What if we just use these? You know what? These actually could work on this house. It's got a weird industrial vibe to it already, enough as it is. Wait. Oh. Wait, that works. I still don't know what the layout's going to be, so you know what? We have some windows to go off of. I'm not going to sit here and spend a lot of time on that right now. Does Riviera have black? It does. That kind of goes with the shingle pattern a little bit with like the diamonds. I feel like that's kind of cool. Okay, now we gotta like figure out what the actual outdoors. What if we just went white? Honestly, I'm fine with that. I know you can add a platform, but I feel like it gets a little finicky sometimes when you do that. So I'm gonna do it this way and put the freeze up here. Now it does mess up our window here, but I'm honestly not really loving that window. You know what, I might go with this instead from Castle Estate, just to give it a more cohesive look. Okay, and then I'm gonna delete that. I'm not gonna use that window after all. I do want something up here though that's a little bit different than what we have everywhere else. I like to do like this showcase type vibe with the windows on the top floor. Do we have a black? I feel like that's actually a pretty cool style. I don't know. Just ignore the windows everywhere else because we still have to figure out what we're doing there. Let's try to just get a floor plan going here. I need to put the staircase first though before I forget because I can already see that being an issue for me. So we can't put the staircase this way and I don't want it in the center of the room. So we'll go ahead, close that off. This can be a bathroom space. Oh no! Oh God. For the inside doors. I didn't think about the inside doors. This is small, but you can see right in. You can see right inside. Oh no, this isn't good. All of them are double doors too. Like when you think about it, a lot of the kit doors are really, really wide. Maybe we could have like a little bit of a wall just to define the space a little bit more. And then we could put like a column on the edge, and then our dining space is here and our kitchen space is gonna be over in this corner. Thank goodness for country kitchen. Oh my God. Well, that makes our, lives a little bit easier. We don't get any option. We don't have any say. Oh my God, the lights. Oh, these might work. I'm just gonna put these down. Kind of like how people use the saucer lights. Just ignore it right now. I'm not gonna leave them like that. We just need some light to work with here. Always forget about how the corners do that. It like sticks out more this way. But what we could do actually, what if we just bring a wall out right there? Now we do get a little bit of purple from using this. Like what if we did something like this? It's a little funky. Like we could have a chair here. I know it looks a little weird because this isn't lined up. I know it's gonna bother some people. It kind of bothers me, but it also doesn't. Oh man, thank goodness. I'm like, I probably should have thought through this a little bit more. Oh, what if we bring some of this industrial vibe in a little bit? Oh, wait. This could work. Also, if that's been bothering someone, I'm really sorry because that's been that way for a minute. I really like the idea of this window. What if we put it back here? Oh, that could be really pretty with the sink right there. I still have to put my fridge and stove and stuff. I always like to lay it out with cabinetry. I have no idea where the appliances are gonna go at this point. I mean, I might just get rid of this and put the fridge at the end right here, sink right there, and then we could have our stove right there. I like the idea of maybe having this. I would like to incorporate some type of color. What if we did this like periwinkle color? Don't we also get that with this? What if we did that? I want to use it because it matches the set, but I also don't because of the window that I have there. And I don't want to change the window because this is like the only window that looks decent. That's not like a full length window. I was thinking we have this from the new garden to table kit. And I feel like with the brown we have here, I might, whenever we start doing the walls or the flooring or something, try to bring the brown in a little bit more. But we have this with the black front cabinet. And I feel like this kind of works. It's not exactly the same style, but this definitely has more of an industrial feel. But it kind of works. And kind of, for this challenge, is good enough for me. Now, we do have this. Oh, wait a second. And that goes with the industrial vibes as well. And we get brown. We have to use the high chairs though. So I feel like, yeah, we're basically going to use the same chair over here. Now I did change this and added an extra wall tile here. It looked a little weird with it being the same level as this because then it just looked, I can't match the top necessarily very well. Now I get your sim can't necessarily walk around here to use this, but they can use these 3 chairs at least. So that's what I'm going with on that. And then I think it could be cool. Oh, it would be cool if we had the option. Ooh. Wait, what if we used one of those on the inside? Oh, wait, that's kind of... Oh, wait. That's kind of cool. You have to admit, that's kind of cool. I think we need to figure out our flooring situation. Now, we do have the Castle Estate kit. I feel like that might be one of our best options. We also have that. Oh, we could just do like the big tiles like that. I actually think I like this better. I'm just putting this down temporarily. I would separate it right here, and I'm thinking I could grab an... Oh, I'm not going to use eyedropper tool. I could grab a column to put there, and then we have this over here as like a wood panel of some sort. Oh, I like that. It goes with the columns. Wait, this is turning out to be a pretty cool thing, I think. I gotta figure out this layout for the living room space though. Love that. It's too big though. So I don't think that's going to work in here. Maybe I could make it work right here. I feel like I like it too much to not use it. And then what if we have this as the little table here? Because it's so thin, it actually works well there. But that's pretty cool looking. I like that. I'm thinking that maybe we just make this black. But I feel like with what we have going on, I'm fine with these being purple, but it's not really vibing with me. And then what if we got some bookshelves over here? Oh, we could use these because they're so thin. I was worried about that, but now I'm not. Like, what if we grabbed a few of those? I could overlay them in the center. There is a really pretty brown swatch. And I like how it like matches the wood tone for the most part there. That could be really fun. Thankfully, we have a TV that we can use. It's gonna have to be that though. I am not, yeah, we're not doing, it matches. Oh, wait. Okay, hear me out. I know it's supposed to go on the ground. What if I clip the bottom part a little bit into the table? I get it, but just don't come after me, okay? It's just for the vibes. But that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, Courtyard Oasis has this really pretty top. Oh, let's use that. We're gonna use that in here because it goes with the door. Now I get that's a like door that you can see through into the bathroom, but what if I put a little privacy wall right here and we can make that work for us? And then we could still put, you know, we could technically do the Courtyard Oasis column in here, since that's the vibes we're going for. Like, how about that? We don't get like a white and black swatch. We have white and black for everything else. The floor, like this is black with a little bit of the blue. How are you supposed to match this? Okay, so what if we just use the white in here? We already have the challenge of using stuff from just kits alone, so I'm not gonna make it any more complicated than it needs to be. The problem with this wall here is that now essentially we have a 2x2 bathroom. Thankfully, we do get a shower. I should have probably checked all of this before. Oh, we get it. Now we have a toilet too. Yeah, I didn't think about anything. I was just like, I'm gonna do this. And then I came into the build and was like, let's do this. I've gotten so lucky that we actually have enough of the base items that we need in order to do these things. Like, what if I go just enough? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Now, I could size this down slightly. What if I scale it down just a smidge? Because then that means, oh, now it's short enough, so I could clip it in further if I wanted. We can make that work. It kind of defeats the purpose because you technically would have to stand right here, so it doesn't really give that much more privacy. I know I'm like overanalyzing the situation, but I'm trying to make a functional bathroom that would be still purposeful in real life. But we have our bathroom laid out. I think this is fine. Now we're heading upstairs. So upstairs, I wanted this to be a 2-bedroom. I could make like a small nursery space potentially if I wanted to split it up a good bit. What if I close this off? Don't know exactly where I want this window just yet. And like we could have a small little nursery here and another bedroom here. I could potentially get away with doing that. Let's see if we can make it work. Oh gosh, I feel like that's the only quirky thing I've had to do so far in the build, honestly. I think everything else has been fine for the most part. Just ignore the lights that I'm having to put down. Like, I'd love to use this bed because it's industrial, but it's way too big for how small the room is. You know what? Yeah, the nursery is just going to be small. It is what it is. Can't help it. At least we have a nursery. But I want to use the industrial loft kit because that's going to come in handy so much for this room. I could size this down and put it over here. I hate that it clips into the window. Oh, wait. I just didn't put it back enough. Oh, it fits. Okay, let's see what end tables we can get. Yeah, so this is basically an industrial loft kit save for the bedroom space. I feel like that's gonna look really, really good in here. And then Storybook Nursery. Maybe we could do a toddler room because I feel like the infant stuff is so clunky and huge that maybe the toddler bed with the nightstand, at least we could get some functional things in here. Maybe put the door more like that. Maybe we could get away with this in here. We can check ourselves out before we leave by the door. And then maybe we could put this big TV up here. Like, I love that. That's pretty cool. Now, I know pastel pop is a lot with this, but I don't use carpet in my builds hardly ever, and I feel like this would be fun to do here. So maybe the upstairs has the carpet. I don't know. I'm feeling a little audacious. That's not the right word, but I just felt like saying audacious. You don't see anything if you put a window there, so it doesn't get super weird. Essentially, we have the house laid out, so let's see what we can do with cluttering up a little bit. Again, I'm probably not going to clutter nearly as much as I usually do, just because I need this to be a YouTube video. And y'all know how I am. Let's start with the dining space because I don't think that's going to take super long. We actually get really good curtains from the kits that we have. I'm so glad we have our leaf curtain. I want to put this in the kitchen. I feel like this is going to look a little weird, but I do feel like we need to just put it on the one side. for this. And then maybe we can pretend like you can just slide the curtain over one way or the other. Honestly, it doesn't look that bad. Maybe that's not that big of a deal. Thank goodness we have tons of plants from kits, because that's going to save us, I think, a pretty good bit with this build. I feel like this actually looks cute on the dining table. I usually don't use it for dining, but I feel like that's kind of cute. Now, I didn't put upper cabinets. Like, I could put one here and just do it centered over that. I like the way this looks like it's built in somewhat. So we could do that on that side. And then maybe over here we just have like plates. Like they're kind of built in on that side. That actually is kind of cool looking. I like that. It's a little quirky. Maybe we could have a little bar over in the corner right here. I don't use this object super often, so that would be a good time to use that. And then we could go ahead and put some decor up in here. Up in here? Up in here. Should probably edit that out. Put a little vase there. I feel like that needs to be sized down. Same with this. I feel like some of this stuff is just a little too big. So we can just have some sculptures like that. I don't want them all to match. Maybe do something like that in there. That's cute because we have all the books already. We don't need a ton more books necessarily. I'm trying to add some little colors here and there, pop them in when we can. I kind of got off tangent from the kitchen, which is a bit surprising because I normally don't do that. Let me get some canisters of some sort over here. Kitchen clutter is going to come in handy though. Like, thank goodness we have kitchen clutter on our side. Put our little mugs over here at least. And that's cute with the dark brown. We do get the bag from Grange Mudroom Kit, so we could put this over here. I'm just like trying to think of placing things as I see them. I mean, honestly, that could go on the table. Maybe we have some boots by the door, have a cookie jar. I like the idea that the cookie jar is on top of the fridge. Maybe we could put this over here on the floor by the console table as well. Maybe get that with a little more color. I like that maybe this is on top of the fridge too. Like for when we have company, we pull it down. And then maybe we have our apples over here in this corner. This is such a big object. It's kind of ridiculous how large that is. Can get us our little vintage coffee maker. I hate that it puts it on the corner like that, but that's just how appliances are in this game when you do that. And then I could also have this, like it's growing right here on the shelf. It's a little shadowy, which sucks a little bit, but it is what it is. That's cute. I think that's fine for what it is and what I'm trying to do. I'm like trying to push through and not get too hung up on little details. That, of course, I'd want to do more. Okay, wait. I didn't put utensils, so I do need to put some utensils in here. But I think that's fine for what it is. And then maybe I could get like a little plant and get like a little pop of color somehow. Like maybe do like a gold. So if I deleted this, I feel like the Cozy Bistro lights could hang right here and they still match the aesthetic and vibe of the ones I have already. Oh, that's quite nice. I like that. Hey, that's cute. Let us get the phone because thank goodness we have like everyday clutter kit and stuff that we can work with on that. And then we do get these pillows, and I'm just thinking we just have a couple over here on this side of the couch. Like, what if the bigger one is black? I like the idea that maybe we just have this downstairs. We're not gonna have a lot of space upstairs to put stuff like that. Now that I'm looking at it, we really don't have a lot of wall space. I kind of covered up the only wall space we had to put stuff. So maybe we can figure out some type of wall decor to put on the wall over here. We could even just use that. Okay, so I just went ahead and did the bathroom, and this is what I have so far. I know it's a little dark here, but I'm honestly not worried about it. This is the main space that needs to be lit up. But I actually think I'm gonna leave this uncovered on purpose so light can come through. I might be able, yeah, I could actually fit a chair in right here too. So I'm gonna add that too. I do want like all the lights to match as much as I can. So the kind of warm white. Honestly, these being in the living space could be pretty cool. I didn't put a coffee table, but that's because I don't really have the space for it. I feel like that works. It's a little weird. I have like an interesting vibe happening in here. I understand that. It doesn't completely work well, but again, we're just working with kits, so I'm doing what I can. Oh, this could actually look interesting. I like this a little bit more. Okay, so let's head upstairs. So we don't have much going on with the landing up here. I almost just want to use the eyedropper tool. I'm just gonna put that up here. Let's just have these lights up here. Why not? We're already doing some pretty funky choices. I feel like they need to be sized down though. It's hanging a little bit low. And then I can leave the window open there as well. Maybe we could put a plant at the very least, just to put something up here. I don't want it to be completely plain. What if we put the little hanging plant? That's kind of nice. Storybook nursery kit. Let's see. We could still put those curtains. That's fine. Get rid of those lights. We have this one. And then I don't want everything to be black. What if we got this tone for the walls? I think that's fun. There's so much good stuff in this pack, but I just don't have the space for much of anything. So maybe we could put the little plushie here. We could put some of the blocks on the floor. We could take this and size it down and have a little rug right here by the bed. I know it's a lot of black on black on black. I'm trying to see, maybe we could do like a little accent with the rug on that. I think that's really pretty. And then we could also, with the lamp, maybe add a little extra bit of color. There we go. We could do a little bit of gold. Like have a little pop of gold. Put the little bag at the foot of the bed maybe. What if we keep this outside right here? Like maybe we keep it outside the room. That can be in the hallway, and then we can put the toys in here, sized down at the foot of the bed. I want something that's like kid-like. That's definitely not kid-like. To put in here. Like this is kind of cute, but it's a bit random. I don't know. We could put something. It's just to have something in here on the wall. I like the tones in this, so maybe we could put that in here. It's a little bit weird. This room's a little strange, but it's done. It's done enough. Now we have the final master bedroom. Let's just do this. It's fine. That's fine. We'll stick with this. Basement treasures. Who would have thunk? I like these lamps. Maybe we could get that brown. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Kind of matches the wood from the bed frame. Have like a nice photo over here. It's very big, but kind of cool. What if we put these? I know it's like meant to be a curtain rod, but we could pretend like it's a shelf. So we'll have a plant there. I'm gonna adjust everything once we get everything up here that we're gonna put. Oh, look, it's like literally a head. That's pretty funny. I like that one here. It like blends into the wall, which is really cool looking. What if we brought some of the blue up in here, like for that? And it just gives us a little pizzazz for this room because it's kind of plain. I'd love to put a table here. I'm just afraid that it might get a little too crowded. I'll try it just to see if we can find one. I don't want to use the same one as downstairs though. This does have a nice industrial vibe to it though, in a way. Oh, it matches the wood tone a little bit too. Maybe grab this little plant. Could put some magazines up here too. Yes, I want these because they're bigger. And then maybe we could just get like a little keepsake box. And then I want like maybe this little bird. I can put this plant up over here and then we could have like the bird. I want to put folded clothes or something up there, but I can't. I wish I could like line them up just right, but they aren't gonna work. Wait. I think if I size them down, I can use these. There is a blue. I don't know if I like the blue. I don't know. What do we think? Just ignore the light. Maybe I lean into that a little bit just to get some like color in here. And then we'll get rid of that light. We'll find us a new light to put in here. I'd love to use this somewhere. Like maybe we could even put this in the hall right there. Maybe we just put one of these fixtures in here. Okay, it's fine. There's nothing like super fancy about it. I could put a little snapback up here. Okay, so I put some board games and a little snapback up here. I don't know, just I wanted a little more personality. Maybe with the plants here, I could also put something like that. But that's kind of cool in that area. And I went ahead and added some more pictures in the hall space as well. I think we're done with the inside. Now we just got to figure out how the heck we're going to landscape. With this ugly mailbox, we're going to have to put like right here. That's fine. A part of me wants to maybe add a pool, and then we could also grab a fence. We don't have any gates. Honestly, that doesn't look that bad just leaving it open though. But maybe we could also do Riviera Retreat around the pool. And then trash can, I'm not gonna forget, we could put our trash can back up in here in that area. I hate having the whole backyard being like that, tiled, but I don't know. I feel like for our sake, maybe it's easiest to do that. And then one thing I could do very quickly, now that we have garden to table, I literally can just pull everything from garden to table. We'll do that. I hate that this table is so large. Like, what if I put the table over here? So let me bring the pool in. I could bring the pool in on both sides. Like, do we want the pool to be that small? Because then we can like have this here. Okay, so this is how I ended up laying it out. And then I want to get like a pool trim. And then thankfully Riviera Retreat also comes in handy for a space like this. We don't get to use any of the fun lights really, so that's going to be somewhat challenging. Does this look ridiculous? Yes. Am I staying true to the challenge? Yes. I don't like how it's dark outside though. Like that bothers me a little bit. We got to figure out some lights that are going to work. Like maybe I could use some of these in the corners. This doesn't provide a lot of light, but I like the way that looks there. Put Put another one of these lanterns there. I'm just gonna try not to worry about it too much. It is what it is. We're doing what we can here. And now comes the part I've been kind of dreading the whole time, which is landscaping. Now I have to get a bit crafty with this because we do have a lot of kits with plants, but for landscaping wise, I'm going to have to like use things in different ways. So I was thinking I could like pretend this is a tree and maybe tool mod it down into the ground, you know, like that. I think it works. I think that's fine. This is gonna look weird because whenever you put it down in the ground, that means you have like such a small bit of the trunk up, even though it's so big. So like the proportions are gonna be a bit tricky to work with. Like this one could work. The shape is odd, but I feel like we could make that work. And you just kind of gotta ignore this tree here because obviously you can put this on any lot. You don't need to worry too much about the surroundings outside of the lot. But like, that's kind of cute, you know? You can get away with that. Also, you could technically with that one change the swatch to make it a fruit tree. But we have so many different swatches with leaves too. I like these and I feel like it matches the vibes of that. This is crazy. Now, these are kind of cute on their own and could look good over by the pool in that area. I like this because it's like a built-in planter box over here. So that could work there just to get us a little bit of treeage back there. Maybe I use this as a shrub. See, like it could work as a shrub. I just gotta actually, it's a little too big. Like that's kind of cute, right? And then maybe scale this one to like 1.4 and then we'll decrease it. Yeah, like what if we did that? That's kind of nice. It's very simplistic, but it fills in the space. Honestly, that could look really cool right here instead of the fountains. That's kind of cool. I love that. The fountains are pretty. I don't think that's like the best thing to put there. I want more plants outside. Maybe we could put like one fountain right here. Just kind of pretty. Like we have the sidewalk right here. So it's just like an area where people can pass by it and enjoy it. And then we can basically make our own hedges like this. Let's see how well this works. Oh my gosh, that actually works really well. Wait a second. What if I put fountains here? Like what if I just put a couple of fountains right there and then have these lined up here? And then maybe for the back, maybe I could use these because I don't want like fruit bushes everywhere necessarily. And then I don't want it to be like super uniform. I want it to feel a little more realistic. Oh, this is gonna be wild. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Fake hedges, y'all. Fake hedges. I'm honestly fine with what I have. I think I'm gonna put a little bit more on the front porch and then we're gonna be done. I mean, I could put these up here. Like what if we have a bench on one side and then we put plants on the other? We could put one of these. There we go. Like what if we have something like this? Have a little plant there. Size this one down as well. This actually looks pretty cool on top of the Riviera Retreat tile. For what we did, I think this turned out really, really well. And it has a mailbox and a trash can. Would terrain paint be okay? Asking for a friend. Could we at least get away with terrain paint? You know, no. I said I was gonna stick to kits. It is what it is. The mailbox is the only thing I cheated on. And I mean, I kind of have to have a mailbox. So it's not really cheating if I have to have it. I think the main things that bother me is like, I can't have the landscaping the way I want to. I don't like how the path is here. It looks very odd with nothing around it or covering up the hard edges with landscaping. So again, it comes back to landscaping. No terrain paint is kind of a situation for me. I think inside though, honestly, I really like the vibes of this. I think it turned out really well with how they work together. And I think it's a beautiful build. I think it's an interesting style and vibe that it has to it as well. Obviously, I'm not a fan of the roof. Like, I think it's an interesting color choice. I think it's fun, but I can't really do anything about it. Oh, I almost missed that. That was not colored. I'm glad I caught that. I can't have a roof trim. It actually looks really cute on the gallery, like the picture of it. Really quickly, what if I made this part white? I think I like that better. This is fine black, but I think I like the front being white. Like I didn't really notice that until the picture. Yeah, I think that looks a lot cuter. So I uploaded this to the gallery as kit only house, and sure enough, I only used kits. I did not make a mistake anywhere. So I'm pretty proud of myself for doing this. I think it's pretty cool house. I really like the look of it. I think it's a cool vibe. Didn't use Debug either. So I might note that. I think it turned out beautiful. So if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I don't ask usually in my videos, but if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, if you made it to the end, obviously you like something. I don't know if it was the build purely, or if it was me purely, or if it was a combination of the two, but I do a lot of videos here on YouTube with different challenges, and I primarily build anyway, so you might as well hit it. And I also stream other builds over on Twitch, so if you want to catch me over there, I have the link down below for you, and I'd love to hear if you have any ideas for future challenges. And lastly, a huge shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to catch one of my latest limited pack builds, I put that over here for you. And with that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye. Y'all, I really loved this challenge. I think it pushed me in a lot of different ways, and I highly recommend that y'all try to do something like this. You never know what you'll come up with.